Love from here to infinity. It's what had been etched into my parents' wedding bands. What I would insist be etched into mine, should I ever find a guy willing to put up with my array of irritating habits and low-tolerance temper. It's what Mom said to me each night before I drifted to sleep. Real love, she always said, knew no bounds. It wasn't hindered by space or time. It couldn't be weakened by death. Real love started in your heart and went straight through to infinity. I set the empty spray paint can down and grinned at my masterpiece. Pulling the clip from the edge of my shirt, I twisted my long hair and secured it atop my head. If all went well, and I managed to bring the right supplies, a few weeks and I'd be finished. I would have to be careful, though. Getting caught would be disastrous at this point. Something crackled behind me. The kind of sound a shoe made as it stomped down on twigs or leaves. I whirled around, heart hammering, and saw nothing. It was just me, the trees, and the wall. The wall. It had become something of an urban legend in the area. I'd done so many over the years. Everything from jungle scenes loaded with exotic animals stalking their prey, to panoramic landscapes of treetops and epic mountain ranges. Whatever my mind deemed peaceful at the time. Each time we moved, I'd pick an out-of-the-way spot, something dank and depressing, and work my magic. Turning garbage to gold, I liked to think of it. The previous ones hadn't been easy. Living on base made nighttime forays into the city impossible. I'd had to be crafty. Pick low-traffic areas I could work on during the day when it wouldn't look suspicious leaving the base. This last one was different, though. Much more personal than the others and obviously far more visible. I'd chosen the inside section of the wall around the park, about 100 feet from the lake. Unlike the other ones, this needed to be seen. Proper tribute needed to be paid. But my choice in location had come with a price. For months after I'd started, the police patrolled the park looking for the vandal, aka me. The whole thing pissed me off. Here I was adding a little culture and class to an otherwise dreary area, and they wanted to punish me for it? Once I'd even had to start again. 7 months in, the mayor had city workers paint over my work to prove that vandalism wouldn't be tolerated. Because the grime-covered wall with its chipped bricks and scattered profanity were so much better than actual art. I'd been crushed at the time, but a few weeks of crying and a whole lot of peach-frozen yogurt later, and I came back with a vengeance. Determined to show the world my tribute to an amazing woman. The wind kicked up, and I heard it again. Definitely not my imagination. And this time when I turned, I saw that I wasn't alone. "Oh my God!" "Not quite," the guy said. He was tall, probably just over 6 feet, with a long face and dark hair. He took a single step forward. The move brought him into the full beam of the park light, revealing brown eyes and a somewhat crooked nose. He'd broken it at one point, I guessed. But the injury gave his face depth, personality. As an artist, I lived for the imperfections. The small details that made things unique. Perfection was boring. Give me a complication and bumpy roads, and I was a happy girl. I glanced at the wall, then turned back to him. Yeah, what was I supposed to say here? I was standing in front of the wall, paint cans all over the ground at my feet, covered in blue. There wasn't any way to talk myself out of this. He snickered but said nothing. "This isn't what it looks like?" I tried. Still nothing. All he did was stare, which was starting to freak me out a little. "Are you okay?" He didn't look homeless, but maybe he'd been in an accident? "Do you need help?"